If you are well, it is well, and I am also well. Welcome to the Stoic Cat. The dichotomy of control, become invincible. We can't always control what happens to us, but we can always decide how we react to it. Our response is our responsibility. It's a choice. Some things are within our power, while others are not. Within our power are opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, and, in a word, whatever is of our own doing. Not within our power are our body, our property, reputation, office, and, in a word, whatever is not of our own doing. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus outlines the Stoic dichotomy of control. It's a simple concept that has a potential to completely change how we deal with life, problems, and suffering. Accept the things you cannot change, have the courage and determination to change the things you can, and seek the wisdom to know the difference. If you have an interest in learning more about Stoicism, or if you want to explore answers to some of life's most significant questions, please continue watching the episode and let us know what you think in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. What is the dichotomy of control? The dichotomy of control is a Stoic practice that basically states some things are within our control and others are not. It provides us a framework to be effective at solving problems by dividing them into segments. Things we can control and things we can't. Regarding control, we normally suffer in one or two ways, or in most cases often both. Firstly, we try and control the things in life that we have no influence over. Other people, their beliefs, thoughts, actions, and values, the weather, traffic, the economy, time. Obviously, when we try and control the uncontrollable, we have no impact and end up feeling powerless, frustrated, and anxious. All in all, it can make us suffer. Secondly is when we don't take responsibility for what we can control, like our beliefs, our values, our perspective, and our actions. When we don't take responsibility for the things we can control, we won't be able to overcome the situation because we're not focusing that energy on where we could surely have an impact on the matter, resulting and creating a state of victimhood, which is not a healthy place to be. The dichotomy of control helps us shift our perspective in two important ways. When we are able to determine what is outside our control, we no longer have to waste our time and energy trying to change it. We see it for what it is, we accept it, and move on to what we can control. When we are able to determine what is within our control, our beliefs, values, and actions, we are able to focus our time and energy on taking action in these areas and moving forward. This makes us much more efficient and effective. Epictetus says, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." William Irvine, in his fantastic book, A Guide to the Good Life, elaborates deeper into the dichotomy of control and has developed it into his trichotomy of control. I strongly encourage the viewer to read this magnificent book, and you can find a link of it in the description. How can the dichotomy of control help us? So what can we do if we can't change something, but we want to limit its impact on our well-being? Being able to identify what we can and can't control also helps us develop as a person. When we are suffering, but the thing that's causing the suffering is outside our control, we are then left with one option: to change how we look at it. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. As soon as we develop the ability to identify what we can control, suffering now becomes a choice. Can we do something about it? No? So then why waste your time worrying? it is pointless and a waste of our good time and energy. Can we do something about it? Yes. Then do something about it. The third option is to know that you can do something about it, but you decide not to. That is also still a choice. There are plenty of things in life that are outside our control. Learning to accept this is probably the greatest challenge someone can take towards living tranquil and reducing anxiety and suffering. While the dichotomy of control is sometimes criticized for being defeatist or passive, it actually focuses our energy exactly where we can add value to our lives. Rather than wasting it on stuff that won't change no matter how much we complain, suffer, or dislike it, shit happens, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. However, we always have the ability to decide how we respond. We always have the ability to make the best use of what is within our power and accept the rest as it happens. Accept fate as life comes at us. Amor fati. A concept which we shall dive into in another episode. Until then, take care and until we meet again.